Hey guys, it's Gwen. So TMNT's out, at least on Magic Arena. I believe it's coming out like probably the day this video goes live. I think it's like Friday. Um, and so I was like, all right, I'm gonna start playing with these cards in Brawl. I like TMNT. I wasn't super excited for some of these cards, but I'm willing to see if I'm wrong about them. Like I'm someone who's willing to grow and change my opinion. So here is a deck. I will admit, I will own that I went online and looked at EDH Rec to kind of get an idea of what people were building around Mikey and Leo. The reason I chose Mikey and Leo is because I was harsh on them in my unsolicited opinions of them, and I opened a lot of Leos and Mikeys in my pre-order bundle thing. Um, but I did that because, or I went online to EDH Rec, which if you don't know, is a great source for where people share kind of like what they're doing with commanders and cards, and kind of like a good way for you to like kind of understand what's going on with cards and such stuff like that. The original way I was building Mikey and Leo was using like Michelangelo, Witness to 11, Saved by the Shell, uh, Last Roman's Technique, Leonardo Sewer Samurai, like a lot more cards. Sorry, a lot more cards from the TMNT set. Even Leader's Talent to potentially get +1/+1 counters on stuff. And actually, I don't know. I don't even think people are putting Leader's Talent in the EDH Rec deck list. I'm curious now. Admittedly, a lot of the cards that are on EDH Rec, as I'm scrolling through here looking, are not available to us on Arena. Yeah, they're putting Party Dude, which I did not open. I don't have one. At the moment, they're putting Party Dude in over Leader's Talent, which is very interesting to me. I did not think Party Dude would do a whole lot. But then I read its level 2 and I realized that if you destroy a bunch of their artifacts, you draw a bunch of cards. That's cool. Anyway, Mikey and Leo. So the at first glance you might say, oh, +1/+1 counters, which is kind of I think the direction that they're trying to steer you in, especially with these colors. Selesnian or green and white colors are very, very good at putting +1/+1 counters on stuff and just buffing your little dudes and making them bigger. If you've ever played Hearthstone, think Hearthstone. Think Paladin from Hearthstone. I'm sorry. Um, where this deck, however, struggled was it was kind of like all or nothing. I think I built too much life gain, um, landfall synergy, which this deck doesn't really Mikey and Leo doesn't do a whole lot with. Like it would just end up with me just sitting there with like 2 cards in hand, and like I would have like a cleric class and a ranger class, or not like druid class, and like Mikey and Leo might be like a 5/5, but like or even bigger. Um, but I couldn't either. I couldn't close out the game, or I just got blown up. Which unfortunately happens. Um, we do have so in this deck. I should kind of go through the deck. That's what this is for. So in the deck, the TMNT cards that we are running are cards like Guac and Marshmallow Pizza. Why? I just like it. It untaps. It gives it +2/+2. So like if you need a blocker in a pinch, could be useful. It does also give you 3 life. That's really it. Let's see. We are running hardened scales over the Michelangelo that is a hardened scale because creatures are really easy to remove. I don't know if you know this, but creatures are really easy to remove. Like almost every color can do it. We are running Llanowar Elves. We are running Avacyn's Pilgrim. Um, We are running Leonardo's Cutting Edge because Leo just hits in and he gets a counter. And so he might, like, he can trigger Mikey and Leo if you don't have any other way to trigger Mikey and Leo. Also, he can trigger during your opponent's turn. So that's something that, like, is something worth keeping in mind for Mikey and Leo. Mikey and Leo says only once each turn. You can do it during your opponent's turn. You can activate Mikey and Leo during your opponent's turn. So that's another way to get card draw. I will, however, say I thought about it, and I tried it during a game. You cannot use mutation. Where's a card that would give a mutation? You cannot use mutations during your opponent's turn, which is really sad because of that little line of text that says activate only as a sorcery. So you can't mutate during your opponent's turn, sadly. I thought that would be like a cool little combo you could do. It's not. We are running Michelangelo BFF because he comes in, he creates a mutagen token. He makes our stuff harder to block, and whenever he attacks, he creates a mutagen token. We are running the Earth Crystal. I just like the Earth Crystal. Sue me. I mean, I like the crystals from Final Fantasy. I think they're all very interesting. I think the weakest one is like the Water Crystal because Mill is typically kind of weak, but I just like the crystals. But we are very like summon, or like not summon, but like cast small little dude, make little dude big dude, and put counters on stuff to do so. And we have a bunch of stuff that like gives us more mana based on how much if they have +1/+1 counters on it, like Incubation Druid or Kami of Whispered Hopes. Yeah. We are not running Kami of, what is it? The one that, like, when they're modified and they do combat damage to a player, you can go and get a land. I just don't own one. I didn't have a mythic available, and I was like, it's probably not going to come up that much. We are running, where is it? Earthbender Ascension. If I can find it in the list. Here it is. Because Trample's really good. In fact, we have a bunch of other ways to give Trample, but like if I can say anything about this deck, not being able to close out the game and have Trample on my stuff is kind of rough. Like Dust Trail Crawler can give our stuff Trample. We have some instants that can give our stuff Trample, but like overall, we kind of need stuff that either has Trample innately or has Trample, can give other stuff Trample, I should say. We are running Inspiring Call as like a protection and a card draw. It's just really good in a deck like this. Evolution Witness to get stuff back. I'm probably yapping too much about the deck. I played like a few games with it. Hamza, I did not expect Hamza to actually like do a whole lot. I don't know why, but like sometimes he's just a 2-mana 5/5, and then he makes your other stuff like cheap. It's pretty cool. Lands. I should probably go over lands. We are running Cardin's Bastion just to proliferate, to like put more +1/+1 counters on stuff. You can make the argument of building this more as a proliferate deck, but like I just feel like that slows it down a lot. Also, you have to have +1/+1 counters on stuff to proliferate. So you're better off just running stuff that puts +1/+1 counters on stuff, and then puts a bunch like Earth Crystal or Hardened Scales or is it Conclave Mentor, right? We are running Michelangelo's Technique. I've used it like once or twice. One time it's whiffed, but that was before I had a good idea of what I was doing. Our creatures are like, if we hit Hamza, we just play Hamza. But like sometimes we hit like a bunch of little guys. We can only get 2 off of it, I will say, but sometimes we at least get like 2 guys. Um, what else? Elspeth. Elspeth's just the better one. Achroma's Will for obvious reason. Leonardo's Technique for some recursion. Witch Enchanter. You get the idea. Ouroboros is just good. It's just a good +1/+1 counter generator. He also, if he gets big himself, he just makes everything else big. He's kind of gnarly that way. We do not have, I will say, we do not have any tutoring. That is an issue with the deck. It's just because I didn't have the cards for tutoring. And one of the cards, like, you could argue running, what is it, Turtles Forever? Yeah, we could run Turtles Forever, but we have to hit 4 legendary creatures. And while we do definitely have like 4 legendary creatures we kind of might want, they also go into our hand. The other 2 go into our library, and it's like left to our opponent. And I was like, I don't really want that. There's an argument for Mona Lisa. It wasn't, people aren't really using it on EDH I have seen it a little bit. But I didn't feel like trying it. Leatherhead Swamp Stalker. I think this card could be really good in this deck. Or like in a +1/+1 or like put counters on stuff deck. Because when she deals combat damage to a player, you can just remove any counter and you get her destroy target artifact or enchantment effect. And she has trample, so she's probably going to deal damage. But she's not in this deck for, yeah, I might, like, the deck is not super finished or closed out. Turtle Van, you could run Turtle Van as a way to buff all your stuff, but I was kind of like, why am I crewing? Because you have to crew with a creature. Yeah, you have to crew it with a creature. And then it puts a +1/+1 counter on it. And like, actually, I might try it. I might put it in. I might put it in. No, because it's just a 4/4. Like, we have other ways of getting some insane stuff. There's potential. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Like, I've ran it and then like it just never popped up. It never came up in the game. So, but yeah. Anyway, let's get into the games. Yeah. I don't know. Vanquish the Horde finally showing up in the year of our Lord, 2026. Shocking that it's taken. Actually, it was in another game. Should have been another game, but they exiled it because they played an elf. Why? They played an elf. You're gonna spell snare a Selesnya Signet. You are a person. You are a person indeed. Joke's on you, I get my god dang commander. There's nothing to hold up. And oh no, I'm losing tempo while you're doing nothing. Hooray. Does this get counterspelled? Does this get counterspelled? No. Neat. Oh no, but it gets returned to my hand. And then Washi Tong draws them a billion cards. Cool. Maybe Sunday I'll get to play the game. We're gonna do this now before they play Wanshi. Are you gonna stifle it? Okay. They just want the... They don't even draw off of Wanshi Tong. Cool, you just want the +1. I know what you want. Resolve. Get rid of that. You want to trade? No? Okay. I didn't think so. Cool. Anything else? My turn. Cool. Land. Just gonna declare turtle. Counterspell? I really don't care. Okay, resolve. They have no permanents. We do. We're never getting that again. So, no blocks? Cool. Cyclonus Rift? No? Cool. I guess you still could. Might as well. So they want to return both of these. Do I have anything that... Ooh! Nice, nice card. Counterspell? No? Cool. Lion Sash? Counterspell? Resolves. I can't. Oh, I can pay. All right. All right, so they draw 6 and discard 2. Discard a peak and an island. Well, actually, no, they've already discarded an island, I guess. Frantic Search. They are digging. Or what? An extra turn spell? They discard a Winter Moon. Winter Moon would actually hurt me a bit. Actually, no, it wouldn't. My bad. They can cast, like, Time Walk or whatever. They cast Treasure Cruise to draw 3. Okay. Now they can't cast it. Well, actually, I guess they can because Sapphire. Imprison in the Moon. Why can't you tap for white? Sure. I've lost my commander, guys. Why? What do you mean, why? I mean, my commander wasn't really doing anything but drawing me cards, which I guess upset them. I don't know why. Let's play Dusk. Okay. They only have 2 mana. I still have mana dorks up, so if they want to counterspell something, I can. Resolves. But guess what? Big Stompy. He's here. Okay. Decline. I'm not letting your Wan Shitong get bigger. Good try. Oh. Besides, I can feed it to my Lion Sash. Resolves. That's a lot of resources. Can you? Oh, you can. Yeah, I can pay that. Huh? Huh? Where's my reach? Okay. I don't care about your Snapcaster Mage. Cool. Wan Shitong is gone. You can flash it in. Okay. Where's my mouse? Why is my mouse not working? There we go. Get rid of this. I'm guessing since they Cyclonic Rift did. Just get me out of this game. How much footage? I have an hour and 15 of footage, and I think I've only won one game. Why? Because my commander got imprisoned in the moon. Smile. What do you mean? Why didn't you have a way to deal with that? The hell was I supposed to do? gonna play it like this. Yay. Nobody's as excited as I am. Foretell. Let's just do this, get some counters on stocking the pantry. Dark steel. Sure is the dark steeliest. Might as well. Admittedly, we're a bit vulnerable. They have a dark steel and get untapped. Oh, it was Behold the Multiverse? I mean, fair enough. I figured it was a board wipe. Let's just get mana. Put another counter on Luminart. Hit for 6. Elspeth, what do you do?
Death itself cannot halt my quest for justice. Strike evil where it stands.
Okay. Might as well just develop this. Just keep making that big. That's a really weird effect on the card. She creates 3. Take action. In turn. Teo. Is this just Planeswalker and Friends?
My protection, you can be at your best.
And they create a wall.
For the innocent.
Resolves.
Put me out front.
And the ring? And they make that the ring bearer? And there's profs. Let's do this, and then what? Let's just start buffing our board, dude. Put it on here. And then just... Don't really want... Nyx Lotus.
support my allies.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm.
There's a bright future ahead. Warriors, rise! How long must this torment last?
Forever. Here's Can.
More scholar than fighter, but I won't back down. Let's dig over here. Our answers lie.
I came to talk, but if you'd rather fight, bring it on. I strive for elegance and speed in my work.
All right. Summon a 1/1. Okay.
Amusing.
If I play this, I can play a Chroma's Will. Yes. One, two, three, four. I declare Thumb War. Stop. Next. Which one's the more annoying one? This one creates... They all create little tokens. You can do your thing again. So I'm hitting you.
You win some, you lose some.
Cool. It doesn't have flying.
Sorry to wake you.
Populate. So they create another 3/2. Urza. Surprising no one. Surprising no one. Urza showed up. Oh, yeah. Guess that is how that works. So, William Vigilant double strike. They don't have anything that can block.
Wings of light!
If they counterspell this, they can't counterspell the Vanquish the Horde, so I'm going to hold up Vanquish the Horde. I'll attack their face. 12. So, yeah, that's lethal. 3 attackers. Oops. Fairy's protection. That's annoying. So nothing happens. I guess. Oh, they just... Okay. Just not a fan of Elspeth, or...
This is not the end.
Oh, they blow up their own board. Okay.
Go on, tell your story.
I don't trust like that. What in tarnation? Yeah, I had one the entire time.
I require your expertise.
Let's grab Abzan Falconer and Luminart. And cast our commander. Let's just... Discover 4. I saw that sun fall. What do you do?
We'll find you, Braska.
So, curiosity.
Let's try this.
Proliferate? Oh, okay. Create 2 tokens. You think I wouldn't trade with this, but I will. Guess that's pretty... Yeah, that's pretty easy to do when your deck is that. All right. Like 4th board wipe.
Sorry to wake you. It's a matter of give and take.
They're just plussing on Jace. Okay. I'm gonna activate this. We gotta start hitting. I'm gonna just aim for the... Try to do this. They have 2 blockers, but they don't like the Michelangelo. They have nothing in hand. I want to gain life.
Should have seen that coming.
If I do this, I can still cast... This untaps, right? Yeah.
We can all learn from the past.
Populate. Okay.
Let's think this through.
Oath of Gideon. Resolves. This is a very... Like, what are with these control decks? This can go and grab non-basics, so let's grab this one. We're gonna surveil. Good Fortune Unicorn. I'll keep on top. Because I'm going to put Fusion Token on you. Chaos and Leo. I'm gonna hold on to Good Fortune Unicorn. I'm not gonna play it yet. You can only block with one. Yeah. So I can draw 16 cards. It's just going to take a lot. You can draw cards. I'll let you draw cards this turn. I'll be nice. Discover off can't. You get Gideon.
I'll find at this site.
Gain 2. All damage will be dealt to him. You can just immediately -4 him and get a... That's insane.
The gods bless us in our righteous cause.
Why wouldn't you immediately -4 him?
I am blessed by the gods.
They want to populate? Okay. So they only draw a card, and so they're only cycling. So they deal 6. They can deal 6. They discard a plains for what? A plains. My turn. Whoops. Let's just start drawing. Evolution Witness. Swords. You drew a lot. Get rid of Cave. How much is she now? Wait, you have unlimited hand size. What's giving you unlimited hand? Oh, profs. I mean, just swing. Like, all right. Elspeth. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, scared you.
I will turn the tide.
Actually, not really, because I can do this. Lol. Lol.
Fight for justice.
Actually, no, put this back.
This will come in handy.
Never go it alone.
Pass. Might as well block this. Right? Take 8. One less dude. So they draw and discard a card. That, yeah. Do I have a way to give... Yeah, I do. Grab this. Play this. Hit you. Hit you for now.
I tried my best.
Just hold up mana. What do you want? Okay.
More of me. Who doesn't like that? It's how you play the hand you're dealt. There is always an answer.
So they just really want planeswalkers. Resolves. They get a Ornithopter of Paradise. They are trying.
I'll block them off.
Okay, so we do this. Doesn't really matter. And then do this. Let's grab... Ooh, we're a Boroid.
The duel doesn't mean we have to be overly serious. Lighten up. Now that is an interesting one.
GG. That was a grindy game. I think I'm gonna call it for this video. I'm still tinkering with it. I might record some more with it like later on. It's not that I hate the deck, it's that like I find the deck like just very weak at some points and then like very strong at other points. Like I might cut Mox Amber. That's taking a slot for something that could help me out more. Yeah. Like, there's just a bunch of things that like have potential to be run over other things. Like, I mean, I had Swiftfoot boots in my hand and I just didn't play it. And it's kind of because I don't really care for Swiftfoot boots. Let's see. Stocking the pantry was insane. The fact that I could draw so many cards at any point was actually great. I just didn't take enough advantage of it in that last game. I could take out 3 Tree City because I don't. Why? There's just a lot of things that I could have, not have, but I'll work on it. It's still a work in progress. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.